Hi guys, good morning. You are getting my screen and voice. Please confirm in chat box. Confirm guys, screen is visible. Is my voice is audible? Alright guys. So in previous session, we have completed our discussion about Agile methodology. We have completed our discussion about SDLC and what methodologies are available in SDLC, what phases are available in SDLC process, what is waterfall methodology, what limitations we have with waterfall methodology, when we can go for waterfall methodology, right? How to overcome the problems which you are facing in waterfall methodology by using Agile methodology. Right, so all those things we discussed in previous session, guys. Right. So today we are going to start our discussion about Linux, guys. Guys, what is this Linux? What is this Linux, guys? Linux is a operating system, guys. Linux is a operating system. First tell me, what is operating system? What is operating system? What is operating system? Just it is a software, guys. Operating system is nothing but a software. Right. So what is the purpose of this software? Why we need to go for this software, guys? We will use this software to communicate with the computer. If you want to perform any activity in the computer, if you want to communicate with the computer, compulsory operating system is required. Operating system is going to work as a mediator between the user and computer, guys. Operating system is going to work as a mediator between the user and computer hardware resources. For any operation, if you want to run any application in the computer, if you want to use this notepad, if you want to use any Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or anything, if you want to perform any activity in the computer, compulsory some of the hardware resources are required. Some of the hardware resources are required, guys. If you want to get those hardware resources, operating system must be required. Without having operating system, we can't able to work with the computer. Whenever you purchase a new laptop, any new desktop, right, just you will get the hardware resources. You won't get the operating system. Without installing operating system in the computer, directly can you able to, right, create any application, guys? Can you able to develop any application? Okay, even can you able to install any software in your system? We can't. We can't able to install anything without having the operating system. If you want to perform any activity in a new brand laptop or new brand computer, compulsory first we should have the operating system in that computer. Then only we can able to perform other activities in the computer, guys. Without having operating system, we can't able to do anything. This operating system is going to work as a mediator between the user and computer hardware resources. Operating system is nothing but just a software, guys. It is a software. Is it clear, guys? Operating system is mandatory or optional in the computer, guys? Tell me, guys, is it mandatory or optional? Operating system is the mandatory, guys. It mandatory. This is mandatory, guys. As a user, if you want access any hardware resources, right, then compulsory operating system must be required. If you want to run any application, see, I want to run small application. If you want to run this notepad, if you want to use anything like paint, if you want to use, if you want to run any application, compulsory some infrastructure must be required. Who will provide that infrastructure? Operating system will provide that infrastructure, guys. Here I am writing the content on this notepad. If you want to write some content in the notepad, some infrastructure must be required. Who is providing that infrastructure? Operating system. If you want to perform any activity in the computer, infrastructure must be required. That infrastructure is going to provided by the operating system only. So that's why this operating system, we can say like operating system is a mediator between the user and computer hardware resources. Without using operating system, without having operating system in your computer, directly you can't able to access the hardware resources. Understood, guys? What is this operating system? Operating system is a software. Operating system is a software, right? So if you want to work with the computer, right, if you want to communicate with the computer, operating system must be required, guys. Operating system, all right. If you want access, if you want to access any hardware resources, from the computer, compulsory operating system must be required. Operating system is going to work as a mediator between user and computer hardware resources. Operating system is going to work as a mediator between user and computer hardware resources, right? Right. As a user, guys, operating system is mandatory or optional, guys? Operating system is mandatory to use in any computer. As a user, if you wanted to run any application, right, infrastructure must be required. So that infrastructure will be provided by operating system only. Right? Without having operating system, we can't able to work with the computer. Guys, please have a look into these points. Operating system is a software. If you want to access any hardware resources from the computer, compulsory operating system must be required. Operating system is going to work as a mediator between the user and computer hardware resources. Who is going to access the computer hardware resources, guys? User is going to access. Right? If you want to access the hardware resources, compulsory operating system must be required. That's why we are saying operating system is going to work as a mediator between the user and computer hardware resources. Right? In the computer, operating system is mandatory. As a user, if you want to run any application, infrastructure must be required. That infrastructure will be provided by operating system only. Without having operating system, we can't able to work with the computer. Please go through these points, guys. Operating system can be anything. Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Mac operating system, anything. Anything guys. Based on our computer, we can use anything guys. Please go through the steps. This is clear guys. So next guys, right, for general purpose, for general usage guys, right, personal purpose, right, for personal usage, we will use Windows operating system guys. Personal usage purpose, we will use Windows operating system. Windows operating system. Windows operating system guys. Right, who provided this Windows operating system guys? Who provided this Windows operating system? Windows operating system provided by Microsoft. Who is provided this? Who is providing Windows operating system? Microsoft guys. In Microsoft guys, almost all are paid versions only. Almost all are paid things only. Free things and nothing is there guys. Very less guys. Almost most of the things are paid things only in the Microsoft. Right, this Windows also paid version only guys. This is not freeware, it is a paid. Some free trials you will get guys. Free trials you will get it here, but right, these are the paid thing only. Right, so and one more thing guys, right, if you in Windows, if you go with Windows operating system, right, we have GUI facility guys. In Windows operating system, GUI facility is available. GUI facility means what guys? In Windows operating system, GUI facility is available. GUI facility is nothing but what? See guys, right here I'm going to this one. Guys. Right here, go to desktop. Right, see here, go to documents, go to this PC. Right, if you want open C drive or D drive, see, you can open this D drive. By click on that D drive, you can open. Right, if you click on this DevOps with AWS 06, right, you can open this one. Inside this, we have class notes are available. If you click on this, you can see the daily class notes at here. See guys, are you writing any script to open these files? Are you writing any script to open these files guys? No. GUI facility is available. Through GUI only, right, we can operate all these things guys. In Windows operating system, we have the GUI facility. Through GUI, we can open anything in Windows operating system. Right guys, here if you want to create any file or any folder, we have the GUI facility. Go to here, click on create folder. Here we can create the folder. If you want to create any file, we can create. Even if you want delete also, right click on this, delete option is available. For everything, GUI facility is available in Windows operating system. But coming to Linux, everything we need to do by using commands only. If you want to create any folder, commands we need to use. If you want to create any file, commands we need to use. If you want to navigate from one folder to another folder, commands we need to use. If you want to see, I want to go back guys. Just if you click on this, you can go back to here. Right, if you click on this D drive, you can go back to D drive like this. We have the navigations options, everything in GUI guys. But in Linux, if you want to perform anything, right, compulsory, we need to write some command. Okay guys, Windows operating system is provided by Microsoft. In Windows operating system, GUI facility is available. Right, this Windows operating system is paid version guys. Windows operating system is a paid thing, paid version. Right guys, right, we will use this Windows operating system for personal use. We will read Windows otherwise like this. Windows operating system is recommended for personal usage. Personal use, guys. For personal use purpose, Windows operating system we can use. Right, guys. And one more important point, guys. This Windows operating system is single user based Windows operating system, guys. Windows operating system is single user based operating system. Windows operating system is single user based operating system. Single user based operating system means what, guys? At a time only one person can able to use, guys. See, in my laptop Windows operating system is available. Now I am using that. Now I am teaching. Now I am giving the classes, guys. Now I am providing the classes through that. Right. Simultaneously, can any other person can able to use? Any other person can able to use my Windows operating system? Can any other person can use my Windows operating system? No, guys. Here I am using. At a time, only one person can able to use, guys. Windows operating system is single user based operating system. Simultaneously, other people can't able to use it. But if you go with the Linux, guys, Linux is multi-user based operating system. At a time, multiple people can able to use, multiple people can able to connect with that Linux operating system. But coming to Windows, at a time, only one person can able to connect. Windows operating system is a single user based operating system. Windows operating system is recommended for personal usage. Windows operating system is paid one. In Windows operating system, GUI facility is available. Windows operating system is provided by Microsoft. Go through these points, guys. And one more thing, guys. Here we have very less security, guys. Compare with other operating system. Graphical user interface. GUI stands for graphical user interface, guys. See, guys, here, this is the graphical. If you want to click on the anything, see, guys, DevOps with AWS 06 is available. If you want to open this folder, see, just click on this. This is the GUI, guys. Right? If you want to open this demo, just click on this. Right? With click action only, we are opening all these things. This is called GUI. Graphical user interface. User can able to access easily, guys. You don't need to write commands, any commands or any program to open all these things. If you want to open all these things, you don't need to run any commands, you don't need to run any programs. Directly click. Next, click. Automatically it will get open, guys. GUI facility is available. Right, guys. And one more thing, guys. If you go with Windows operating system, security wise, it is security very less, guys. In Windows operating system, security is very less. Security is very less, guys. See, guys, and here in DevOps with AWS 06, I'm storing all my class notes. Right. So if anybody wants to open this folder, right, is it asking any password, guys? Anyone can able to open this folder or not? Any password protection is there? No. Anyone can able to open this folder. Anyone can able to see the data. Suppose if I keep some sensitive data, if I keep my bank account, right, my bank account passwords and all these things at here, can anyone see or not? Can anyone able to see or not, guys? So that's why security is very less in Windows operating system. Right, see, you can open anything. It won't ask the password. Security wise, very less in Windows operating system, guys. Please go through these points, guys. Go through this Windows operating system once. Even in the companies also, guys, the developers will use the Windows operating system just to write the programs. Just for development purpose, they will use the Windows operating system. But coming to deployment, they won't use the Windows operating systems. Deployments will be happened in Linux operating systems only. The companies for deployment purpose, we won't use the Windows operating system. Just we will use the Windows operating system for development activity. Once you develop the code, right, you want to use right Windows operating system for deployment. All the servers we are keeping in the Linux machines only. All the servers, whatever we are using, suppose if you take GitHub server, Jenkins server, Sonar server, right, anything. If you take anything, right, all the servers we are keeping in Linux machines only, not in Windows machine. Windows machine just for our personal usage we can use, guys. Why? Because security is very less in the Windows machines. Is it clear? Guys, please have a look into this. What is operating system? What is Windows operating system? Please go through these things. What is operating system? What is Windows operating system? Clear, guys? Is it clear? Any questions up to here? Good. See, guys. So next guys. So the very important thing is Linux operating system. Linux operating system. Linux operating system. What is this Linux operating system, guys? Who provided this Linux operating system? Who provided this Linux operating system? Right, guys. Windows operating system is the paid thing, but Linux operating system is a freeware, guys. Linux operating system is a freeware, right? And it is open source, guys. Source code is available. Linux operating system is freeware and open source. Open source. Open source means, right, for developing the Linux operating system, whatever the code they have written, that code is available in the internet. That code is open to all. Anyone can use that code. Anyone can see that code, guys. Right, for implementing the Linux operating system, whatever the code they have written, that code is open to all. Anyone can use, anyone can modify that code based on your requirement, and you can put your name also for that operating system. Understood, guys? Right, open that code and do some changes based on your requirement and give some name for that and release into the market. Linux operating system is free, is freeware and open source, guys. Freeware and open source, but Windows is not free, guys. Windows is not free and it is not open source, guys. Right, and one more thing, guys. Linux operating system have very high security. Linux operating system have high security. Windows operating system less security wise, very less, guys. In Linux operating system, high security is available. Next, guys, this Linux operating system is recommended for applications, guys. The companies, if you want to create any applications, if you want to create any servers, if you want to create databases, right, Linux operating system is recommended. Linux operating system is recommended for applications, servers and databases, etc. And for all these things, Linux operating system is recommended, guys. If you want to use, right, for personal purpose, if you want to use for personal purpose, then Windows operating system is recommended. But applications creations, servers creations, databases creations, Linux operating system is recommended. Windows is not recommended, guys. Right, and one more important point. This Linux operating system is multi-user based operating system. Windows is single user based operating system. Linux is multi-user based operating system. Multi-user based operating system. Linux is multi-user based operating system means what, guys? At a time, simultaneously, multiple people can able to use this one. Multiple people can able to access this Linux operating system, guys. Linux is a multi-user based operating system. Read these points, guys. Linux operating system is freeware and open source. Linux operating system have high security. Linux operating system is recommended for applications, servers and databases, etc. Linux is a multi-user based operating system. What else? What else, guys? Right, when this Linux operating system came, guys, in 1991, in 1991, Linux operating system, who implemented this Linux operating system, guys? Who implemented Linux operating system? Anyone, guys? Please respond. Guys, please respond. You guys are getting? Guys are following or not? Right. So Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds, guys. Right. In 1991, Linus Torvalds, guys. Linus Torvalds implemented this Linux operating system. Right. Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds, guys. Linus Torvalds is implemented Linux operating system. Who implemented, guys? In 1991, Linus Torvalds implemented Linux operating system, guys. Guys, right, before this Linux operating system, Linus Torvalds is working with one project, guys. Linus Torvalds is working with one project. Right, in that project, they are using Unix operating system. Right, in that project, they are using Unix operating system, guys. Right, so at that point of time, Linus found some issues with the Unix operating system. Found some issues with the Unix operating system, and he approached to the team who implemented that Unix operating system. Right, this Linus Torvalds approached to the team who implemented that Unix operating system, and he is ready to give the solution also for those problems. Linus is ready to give the solutions also, right, for those problems. But Unix team, whoever implemented that the Unix operating system, that team is not ready to take the suggestions from the Linus Torvalds. Right? So the team is not ready to take the suggestions from the Linus Torvalds. He came back from them, guys. He came back from there, and he started analysis, guys. Why I need to give the suggestions to them? Why I need to give the suggestions to them? Why can't, right? And right, so right, I can develop my own operating system, right? Why I need to give the suggestions? And he started developing this Linux operating system, right? So for developing this Linux operating system, right, he also need to use one operating system. For that, he used one operating system which is called as Linux operating system. Linux operating system he used, guys. For developing Linux operating system, Linus Torvalds used Linux operating system. Right, for developing Linus Torvalds right, identified some issues in Unix operating system. Identified some issues in Unix operating system. But they are not ready to take those suggestions, right? He is ready to give the suggestions also, but they are not ready to take these suggestions. So now he started implementing this Linux operating system, guys. For developing this Linux operating system, right, for developing Linux operating system, right, Linus used Linux operating system, guys. Right, for developing Linux operating system, Linus used Linux operating system, guys. Guys, read these things. In 1991, Linus Torvalds implemented Linux operating system. Right, Linus Torvalds identified some issues in Unix operating system, but that Unix team is not ready to take the suggestions from the Linus Torvalds. Right, for that, he started developing Linux operating system. Right, for developing Linux operating system, he used Linux operating system. Linux is the operating system, guys. Linux used this Linux operating system for developing the Linux operating system. How the name Linux came, guys? How the name Linux came? Right. So the Linux came. How the name Linux came, guys? Right. From his name, guys. From Linus. Who is the other, guys? Linus, right? Linus. From his name, first two characters. Right. Plus from operating system. Which operating system he used? Linux. Linux operating system. From operating system name, last three characters he took, guys. From his name, first two characters, and from operating system name, last three characters. If you combine these two, you will get Linux. How the name Linux came, guys? From other name, first two characters. From operating system name, last two characters. If you combine both, you will get the Linux. You will get the Linux at here. Right, guys? From author name, first two characters, and from operating system name, last three characters, guys. From author name, first two characters, and from operating system name, last three characters. If you combine both, you will get Linux. You will get Linux, guys. Right, guys? Right. So after developing this Linux operating system, what he did, guys? After developing this Linux operating system, what he did? He released that Linux operating system with the source code into the market, guys. Right. He released Linux operating system with the source code. Source code means what? Whatever he written to implement this operating system, with that code he released it to the market, guys. He released the Linux operating system with the source code to the market. With the source code, guys. With the source code into the market. Whenever he released with the source code, right, other people also can use this source code, guys. He released it into the market, right? He put that source code in the internet. Entire source code he uploaded into the internet, guys. So other companies came and they took this source code and they did some modifications based on the requirement, and they released it with some different names. Guys. Guys, please go through these points. Linux operating system is freeware and open source. Linux operating system have high security. Linux operating system is recommended for applications developments, creating the servers and creating the databases. Linux is multi-user based operating system, means at a time multiple people can use. And when it is released, guys, in 1991, Linus Torvalds is implemented this Linux operating system. Linus Torvalds identified some issues in the Unix operating system, right? So to overcome those problems, for developing Linux operating system, Linus used Linux operating system. How the name Linux came? From the author name, first two characters, from the operating system name, last three characters. If you combine both, you will get Linux. Right? He released Linux operating system with the source code into the market. Whenever he released it with the source code, other companies came and started using that source code. They make some changes based on their requirement and they release it with some other names. Guys, if you go with the Windows operating system, we have several versions are available. Windows 7 is available, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows XP, like that. Several versions are available in the Windows operating system. But coming to Linux operating system, we don't have those many versions. We don't have the versions like that. Then what we have in the Linux operating system? In the Linux operating system, we have distributions. Distributions, guys. Why? Because Linux released with the source code, guys. Linux released the Linux operating system with the source code into the market. So whenever he released with the source code, so many companies are came and they took this source code from the internet and they make some changes based on their requirement and they released with different names. Right? That's why we are calling as all these are different names they released, right? So they are calling as distributions, Linux distributions, guys. Right, whatever they released, all those things we will call it as Linux distributions. Those are not the versions, guys. Those are not the versions. Windows name is the same, but just the versions are changing. Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 9, Windows 10, Windows 11. Only name is same, but version numbers are changing. But not in Linux. But in Linux, not like that. Complete names also getting changed. Complete names also getting changed. That's why we are calling distributions. What distributions are available in Linux operating system, guys? What distributions are available in Linux operating system? See, guys, we have Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux. This is one distribution. We have Red Hat Linux. This is one distribution. We have CentOS Linux. This is one distribution. We have Ubuntu. This is one distribution. Next we have OpenSUSE. This is one distribution. And we have Debian. Linux. This is one distribution. And we have Kali Linux. This is one distribution, etc. Like this, we have several distributions are available in Linux. We don't have versions in the Linux, guys. Like Windows, we don't have the versions in the Linux. We have distributions in the Linux. What distributions are available? Amazon Linux, Red Hat Linux, CentOS Linux, Ubuntu Linux, OpenSUSE Linux, Debian Linux, Kali Linux. Like that, several distributions are available in Linux operating system. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Right, guys. Right, for our application's purpose, we need to use Jenkins, we need to use, right, Sonar, we need to use, Sonar Cube, we need to use, right, Maven, we need to use, GitHub, we need to use, right, next Tomcat, we need to use, right, etc. So these are the Jenkins server, Sonar Cube, Maven, GitHub, Tomcat, where you will create all these things. All these things we will create in Linux virtual machine only. All these things we will create in Linux operating system only, not in Windows operating system. Understood, guys? For our application purpose, whatever we are going to use, all those things we will create in Linux only, not in Windows. Guys. We will use Windows only for personal usage. In the companies, if you want to deploy any application, we will go with Linux operating system only. Even developers can use that Windows operating system for development activity purpose. Once development is completed, they need to upload the code into the repository. They need to run the application into the servers. For repositories, servers and everything, we will use Linux operating system only, not Windows operating system. Understood, guys? So now tell me, Linux is important or not? Right, if we want to proceed further, Linux is important or not, guys? Where we are going to create the infrastructure, we need to create infrastructure, guys. Right, that infrastructure we need to create in Linux only. Infrastructures we need to create with Linux operating system only, not with Windows operating system. So that's why Linux is very, very, very important for us, guys. Right, even for DevOps and AWS both, guys, Linux is very, very important. Right, coming to this Linux operating system, we don't have the GUI facility. In Linux operating system. Right, everything we are going to perform by using commands only. Understood, guys? Right, if you want to create, see, in Windows operating system, If you want to create any folder, see, right click, right here, new option is there, right, folder, create folder, like that we can do. But coming to Linux operating system, we need to write some commands, right? If you want to create the folder, what command you will write? Mkdir folder name. Folder name we need to give. Mkdir folder name we need to give. Right, next, right, in Windows operating system, if you want to see the calendar, here you can click. Here if you click, you can see the calendar at here. But Linux operating system, we need to use cal command. Cal command we need to use, it will give the calendar. Right, in Windows operating system, you can see the date and time at here. But in Linux operating system, we need to use date command to see the date. Right? So in Windows operating system, if you want to switch from one folder to another folder, see, I want to open this folder, right? I want to open this folder. I want to open this folder, like this. We have options are available. But coming to Linux operating system, we don't have this facility. We need to write the commands only. Right? How you will move to the folder? CD folder name. CD folder name we need to use. Right, in Windows operating system, if you want to come out from the folder, right, here currently we are in Maven project. Now if you want to go back, click on this, you can come to this folder. If you want to go back, click on this, you will come to this folder. If you want to go back, click on this, you will come to this folder. Like this, GUI is available. But in Linux operating system, if you want to come out, CD ... you will go back to the next folder. At a time, if you want to go 2 folders back, at a time if you want to go 2 folders back, CD ... /.. Like this, we need to run the commands, guys. For any activity, we need to run the commands in the Linux operating system. Understood, guys? For any activity, we need to run the commands in the Linux operating system. That's why learning Linux commands is very important. For DevOps people, Linux commands are very important, guys. Is this clear, guys? Please go through the steps once. Please go through this. What is operating system? What is Windows operating system? What is Linux operating system? Please go through the steps once. Right, guys. Guys, if you want to work with Linux operating system, right, so we need to install Linux in our system or not? Guys, tell me, guys. We need to install Linux or not? If you want to work with the Linux operating system, is it required to install Linux in our system or not? Yes, guys. Yes. But if you install Linux in your system, and already in our system, Windows operating system is available. in our systems, Windows operating system is available, guys. On top of that Windows operating system, if you want, you can install Linux, not a problem. But your system performance will reduce, guys. Your system performance will go down if you install Linux operating system on Windows operating system, guys. On top of Windows operating system, if you install Linux, your system, 2 operating systems will run on single machine. 2 operating systems will run on single machine means what it will happen? Automatically system performance will down. Right? If you want, you can do, guys. For that, we have hypervisor software is available. By using hypervisor, we can maintain the other operating system also in Windows operating system. Otherwise, we have virtual boxes. By using virtual boxes also, we can install the Linux operating system. If you want, you can do. But the problem is your system performance will down. So that's why we are not going to install Linux operating system in our Windows machine. Nothing we are doing, guys. Right? Everything we are going to create in AWS cloud only. We are going to create Linux missions, guys. We will create Linux virtual machines in AWS. We will connect with those Linux machines from our Windows operating system. Right? In our Windows operating system, we will install some client softwares to connect with the Linux operating system which we have created in AWS cloud, guys. Understood, guys? What we are going to do? We are not going to install anything in our system. See, in AWS cloud, I am going to create, see guys, assume this is my AWS cloud. In AWS cloud only, I will create Linux virtual machine. In AWS cloud only, I will create Linux virtual machine. AWS cloud. Linux VM. Linux VM. Where we are creating this Linux virtual machine, guys. This Linux virtual machine we are going to create in AWS cloud only, guys. Why we are calling as virtual machine, guys? Physically we can't able to see this machine. What is this? This is also one machine only. This is also one system only. But physically we can't able to see this machine. You can able to see your laptop physically. That's why we are not calling your laptop is a virtual machine. Why? Because physically it is available, you can see. But coming to here, we can't able to see this machine. Whatever we are creating in the AWS cloud, that machine we can't able to see physically. But we can connect with that machine and we can work with that machine. That's why we are calling as virtual machine, guys. Right, guys? Nowadays people are attending for the interviews. Right? If you attend face-to-face, physical interviews, guys. But if you are not attending the face-to-face, right, you are connecting in laptop, in system, guys. Physically, you are not available there. But they can connect with you in a laptop, virtual interviews. They are conducting virtual interviews. Same here also. Physically, this machine is not available, right? Virtually, you can connect with this machine and you can work with this machine. That's why we are calling it as VM, virtual machine, Linux virtual machine. Where we are creating this Linux virtual machine in AWS cloud. Now I want to connect with this Linux virtual machine. From where we need to connect? From our Windows machine. See, guys, this is my laptop. This is my laptop, guys. This is my laptop. Right, guys. From our laptop, if you want to connect with this Linux machine, we should have some client softwares in our system. And we need to install client softwares in our machine. And what client softwares are available? So many client softwares are available. Client software we need to install, guys. Right? If you install client software, from that client software, see, guys. From that client software, you can able to connect with this Linux virtual machine. You can connect with this Linux virtual machine, guys. Whenever you have created the Linux virtual machine in AWS cloud, This Linux virtual machine will create Linux virtual machine will generate two keys, guys. Two keys it will generate. One is public key. Second one is private key. Second one is private key. Public key will be stored in AWS only. Public key will be stored in AWS only. Private key will give it to you. Private key will be downloaded in your system. In your system, in downloads folder, this private key will be downloaded. Now, wherever that private key is stored in your system, from there you need to open. From there you need to open, guys. From there only you can able to connect with this Linux machine. Why we are using these keys, guys? For security purpose. For security purpose, guys. If you want to connect with the Linux machine, compulsory you should have this private key. By using this private key only you can able to connect. Now, right, before giving the connection to you, internally AWS will check. Here, whatever the public key is available in the AWS key and whatever you are sending private key, both are matching or not, it will check. If both are matched, then only connection will be established. Understood, guys? We will see. Practically, I will show all these things, guys. Like in tomorrow's session, we will create Linux machines. I will show practically all these things. Inside the AWS cloud, whenever you are creating the Linux virtual machine, it will generate public key and private key. We will call it as key pair. We will call it as key pair, guys. Where public key will be stored? Public key will be stored in AWS only. Private key will give it to you. Private key will be downloaded in your system, in your laptop. Now, if you want to connect from your system to this Linux machine, compulsory you should use this private key only. You should use this private key, guys. Right. So whenever you try to connect with this machine by using this private key, AWS will check, right? Whatever it has public key, that public key and private key both are matching or not, it will verify. If both are matching, then only connection will be established. Otherwise, connection should not be established. Understood, guys? How connection will establish? See here, what client softwares we can use, guys? We have several client softwares are available. And we have Git Bash we can use, Putty we can use, right? So MobExtreme we can use like that, etc. So like that, we have several client softwares are available. By using those client softwares, we need to install these client softwares in our machine. We need to install this client software in our machine. Right? With these client softwares, we can connect with the Linux virtual machine. We can connect with the Linux virtual machine, guys. Is it clear? Right. If you guys want, I will show, guys. 1 minute. Let me open my AWS cloud. Let me open my AWS cloud, guys. Guys, if you want to create the Linux virtual machine in AWS cloud, everyone should have the account in AWS cloud, guys. Everyone should have the account in AWS cloud. Then only you can able to work with this AWS. If you want to work with AWS, compulsory account must be required. Everyone should have their own account. See, I'm going to use my account to log in. Right. Just now I closed for previous batch. Just now I closed, right? That's why directly it is open. See, guys. Slow. And what is this EC2 RDSS3? We will discuss later one by one, not a problem. Once AWS session started, right, you guys will get clarity all those things. Just I'm showing how to connect, guys. See, guys, these are the Linux missions, guys. All these are the Linux missions which I have created it here. Ansible server node, Ansible host node. I have given the names like this. You can give any name. See here, pen mark is there. You can click on this. Right here, you can give the name for your computer. You can give the name for your computer. Here I have given the names like this. These are the names of the computer. Currently, I have stopped all these missions. Once your work is completed, you guys should stop your missions, guys. Otherwise, bill will generate. Now let me start this mission, guys. Ansible server node. I am going to start. Right here, go to instance. Click on start. Yes, start. It's changing. Here, changes status will change. So it is pending. Next, it will come to running state. We need to wait until getting running state, guys. Right. Meanwhile, see guys, in my system, I have git bash. Git bash is available. Client software. I can use this git bash to connect with the Linux machine, or else in my system, I have putty. I have, right, by using this putty also I can able to connect with this Linux machine. In my system I have MobExtreme, right? MobExtreme is available. By using MobExtreme also, see MobExtreme personal is available. By using this MobExtreme also I can able to connect with this Linux machine. How to install all these things, how to connect with all these things I will show. Okay, right, for time being I'm going to use git bash, guys. Right, I will use git bash to connect with that. Let me open git bash. Guys. Right, guys. Now, right, from here you can't able to connect with the mission. Right, here I need to use private key. Whenever I have created this Linux mission, and I have connected with Ansible server node. Whenever I have connected with this Linux mission, right, two keys will be generated. One is public key, one is private key. Public key will be stored in AWS only. Private key will be given to you. Right, in my system, in downloads folder, that private key is available. Go to here, go to downloads, and I use my Linux key pair. And here you can see with the name my Linux key pair, guys. Somewhere you can see my Linux key pair. Search with M. This is, guys, not this one. This is a PPK file. Next. This one, guys, .pem file. My Linux key pair .pem. This is the key, guys. This is the private key. My Linux key pair .pem extension. Right. In your system, wherever you have this key, wherever you have saved this key, you need to go to that location. Where I have this key, guys? I have this key in downloads folder. Now what you need to do? In git bash, you need to go to that location. Where that key is available, you need to go to that location. How you will go? cd downloads. In this downloads folder, we have that key. Guys. In this downloads folder only, we have that key. So wherever you have saved that key, you need to go to that location. I have the key in downloads folder. That's why I navigated to downloads folder. Now what I need to do? At here, select this mission. Here I have selected, guys. Selected. Here connect option is there. Click on connect. See, guys, one command is generated. SSH means secure shell. Right? Secure shell. If you want to connect with the Linux machine, this SSH should be enabled. SSH is a protocol. This SSH protocol should be enabled. Then only you can able to connect with the Linux machine. See, guys, right, in my system, what is the key pair I have? What is the key? My Linux key pair is available. See, guys, here also same my Linux key pair is available. With this key only, you can able to connect with this mission. This is the mission name, guys. This is the mission name. If you want to connect with this mission, you should use this key. Then only you can able to connect with this. SSH-I, this key, and this is the mission, guys. Copy this command, guys. Right, go to git bash, paste that command. Now whenever you press enter button, right, in downloads folder, this my Linux key pair is available or not, it will verify. If both are available, if it is available, then only connection will be established. Yes, I want to connect. See, guys, it is connected. See, EC2 user. EC2 is the default user. See here, IP address 172.31.46.131. Right, this is the IP address for every mission. IP address will be available, guys. For every mission, IP address will be available. See, if you select this mission, here you can see the IP address. See, private IP, public IP, right? For your systems also, for your computers also, IP addresses are available. See, this is the IP address. Now we are connected with this mission 172.31.46.131. This is the IP address. If you go to here, same IP address 172.31.46.131 means what? We are connected with this mission. We are connected with IP mission. And here, one default user is available. He is EC2-user. Earlier, what we have, guys? Earlier, we are not in this location. Earlier, we are in this location. Earlier, this is my system location, guys. In my system, 919531 folder is available. Let me open. Here, go to here. Wait, guys, 1 minute. Let me take charge. See, guys, so this is my system, guys. This is my system, 91953 folder in my system. See, guys, let me go to here at this PC in C drive. In C drive, users is available. Users. See, guys, 91953. 91953, guys. This is my system address. 91953 laptop. This is my system address, guys. Currently, we are in which location? This location. This is not my system. This is Linux mission. This is Linux mission address. Now here, I want to see the today date. Date. See, guys, today Friday, November 11th. I want to see the calendar. See, calendar it is showing. I want to check who am I. Who am I? It will give who is logged in. EC2-user. Right, EC2-user. So like this, you need to run all these commands like this, guys. Currently, we are connected with Linux operating system. We are in Linux operating system only. Here, we need to execute all our commands. Understood, guys? Is this clear? I will show, guys. I will show in tomorrow's session how to create the Linux virtual machine and all those things I will show. Okay? You guys should have the account in AWS. That one also I will discuss in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow I will show, guys, account you guys should create and the Linux missions we need to create, right, by using different client softwares. How to connect with these Linux missions, everything I will show in tomorrow's session. Fine, guys. Right, anyone have any questions in today's session? Anyone have any questions? Fine, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm stopping here. Tomorrow we will discuss, guys. Tomorrow I will show how to create the account in AWS, how to create the Linux virtual machine in AWS, how to connect with those missions by using Git Bash, Putty, Mobile Stream, by using all these things. How to connect with the missions, I will show in tomorrow's session, guys. Okay. Fine, guys. Good night. So tomorrow we will connect. Thank you, guys.